Yeah, man. All right. All right. This damn thing. Yo, what's up, people? How y'all doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome back to the Tim Black Show. We're in the house. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? My people, my people, my people. All right. We're live on everything. You know what I'm saying? What's up, X? What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? Man. All right, we got a lot to get, We have an emotional show, but also a very bold show tonight planned for you. We'll be covering the funeral of Nolan Wells, the Wansley family. We're going to get to that. Man, I want to say, first of all, though, I want to thank my Tim Black Wolfpack members, people that support the show. Thank you for hanging in there with a brother. Yeah. Thank you for hanging in there with a brother. Also, I want to thank my moderators, because it's time for the moderators. It's time for the moderators. I want to thank Nene, Rain of Tears, and Elizabeth Lunny for moderating this show on such a regular basis. I appreciate y'all. Really do. I really do. Give it up for them, man. Anybody seen Ebony? What happened to Ebony? Okay. Well, send my love to Ebony if y'all see her. I know Black Mamba and Buck had other stuff going on, but I didn't know Ebony. Just make sure she's okay. Yo, so check this out, y'all. We, like I said, we got a lot to get to tonight. We're going to have to talk very plainly tonight, man, And I pride myself on talking plainly. I do. I have a confession to make. My confession is I was cruising the internet. I was on YouTube and I saw a live stream of someone's show, and I popped in for a moment and I commented on their live stream. Now, I don't usually do that. I usually do not comment on people's live streams, particularly when I don't have anything good to say. Yeah, because like I've come through, I've seen like Dwan B doing a live stream, and I'd be like, yo, what's up, Dwan? Shout out, throw a little money on a thing, a little bit, I only have a little bit. Ones and twos. Done the same thing for my brother, Ira Me, Osim Frimpong. Came through on his live stream a couple times. These are people that I respect. Even if we don't agree, I respect. There's a lawyer, Nate the lawyer. I've come through on his live streams and done the same thing, because I like his content. Of course, beside Nate the lawyer, we also have Dr. Musa Abdullah. Yeah. Give it up for Dr. Musa Abdullah, y'all. My co-conspirator of taking down the establishment and saying truth to power, standing on our square for the Black community, the FBA educator. So look, check this out, fam. So yeah, I had to stop through. I saw this person live streaming, and they sounded a whole lot like Anton Daniels. Could y'all do me a favor? Could y'all tell these people that are trying to make money live streaming, you ain't got to be Anton Daniels? Yeah, you don't have to, you don't have to. You don't have to do that. It's so sad. God, it sounded horrible. Black people, y'all dumb, y'all stupid. Y'all fall for anything. You mean like supporting you? Look, I realize there's a growing contention out there, people that who have a problem with the Nolan Wells support. They don't think we should support Nolan Wells or his family because the mom is Filipino. Yeah. I also Some of them are mad at me. They say I'm a sellout because, we'll get to me later. Forget me. Let's say one thing. They're upset. They say you cannot support Nolan Wells. And that you're a sucker if you support Nolan Wells, and that you're falling for the okie doke. The banana in the tailpipe, you're gone for it again. What is wrong with you? Don't you see Ben Crump over there? Don't you see Al? And you know what? I'm not even going to hold you. Once upon a time, I probably would have felt the same way. Yeah. Once upon a time, I felt a certain way. Here's the thing. Things change. First of all, the person who said this thing that I saw particularly, that made me say, you sound like Anton Daniels. They were saying, she's Asian and we're not supposed to support Asians and Asians. And this is what I'm talking about, fam. This is the problem. We got people that are just riding a wave and don't even know what they're supporting. The boycott, which is now not a boycott, it's a wealth transfer, was never against all Asians. It was just about Asian businesses in our communities. We've been overwhelmed and inundated. We've been inundated with Asian businesses that have been implanted in our communities. And we want to, instead of fraternizing these restaurants or these companies, we want to spend our money with our own community, just like they do when they go home. It's the same exact thing. So you don't even know what you are talking about. You don't even understand what the boycott was. And I wonder how many pieces of content you put out, not even knowing what the hell the boycott was or what the wealth transfer was about, putting out misinformation. Family, I never supported this thing where we are against Asians. First of all, Asia is a fucking continent. They make a lot of goods that we consume every day. This cup is probably made in Asia. This phone is sourced in Asia, probably. My computer probably is. What are you talking about? It's not about not supporting Asia, dumb. It's about in our community, all right? And look, I don't mean to be so dismissive. Maybe some people have been listening to commentators get it wrong, and I don't want to go on a tangent too far. Let me just say, look, please, fam, be careful who you listen to. There's people out here just trying to make a buck. They don't know what's going on. They don't care to know. They don't read fine print. They just say things. The whole purpose of it is not to become a hateful piece of garbage like the people that you are against. It's to be focused, to have control, to do things purposefully, to have reason. We wanted to spend our money with our own businesses and build up our own businesses within our own communities and empower our communities to support us, the community. It was not to, go after Asians in their communities or companies that make goods in China or Thailand or whatever. That's not it. Okay? And the person who was saying it was loud and proud and all in the camera, just saying the wrong thing. And I just said, well, I got to bring it up. So whether Miss Wells Wansley is Filipino or not that doesn't mean anything. We have mixed marriages out there. We all know the son is deceased. And there are people that are going to, want to get to the bottom of this in the investigation. If you're not one of those people, I understand. I get it. A person who wants to get to the bottom of an investigation of what they think is a mysterious causes, a suspicious situation, That person's not a sellout, and you're not a sellout for not wanting to support it. These using big terms that don't, for you using serious terms, making serious accusations about just difference of opinion. I had somebody say I was a grifter because I put a question mark in the title of my video. No, a question mark is sparking curiosity. So a person's like, hey, I didn't think about that. That's a good question. It's not a grifting, dummy. So we have to work on understanding, you know what, who cares? Oh, you get to the point. It's like, who cares? That person's too dumb to be on this channel. You don't even know what grifting is. We have people that don't know. They throw around the terms grifting. They throw around the terms boycott. They say and they just don't care to know. Just keep my name out your mouth. Or don't. It ain't going to change nothing for me. But I just wish, pick up a book. If you're not going to pick up a book, watch a video that tells you something that will be inside of a book. Walk by a book. Have somebody read it to you. Something. All right. We're going to cover the Nolan Wells funeral that took place today. And I'm going to have some very candid, commentary for you. It's going to be very point blank in your face, but it's also going to be reasonable. I'm going to explain my position, but let's get into that. If you're new to this show, my name is Tim Black. We do this on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays when we can. Some people are mad at me. I didn't do a show last Friday. Had things I had to take care of. But we back today with power, gusto. We on it. So do me a favor, hit the like button if you're watching this now. Get in it. Be here. Stand on your square. 10 toes down. Let's rock with this funeral. Let's listen to what is being discussed. Let's weigh in. Let's do that in the comments section. Everybody check it out. We in the building. I should have our video loaded up now. If we're going to disagree, let's try to do so respectfully if we can. I know some of you feel a certain kind of way. Noted. I'll be back Wednesday if you want to talk about other stuff. But tonight, we're talking about this. Let's roll. Where are we? We are the most dangerous show in America. Yeah.
First, I want to give all thanks and honor and glory to God for choosing Elmore and me to be Nolan's parents. We thank you, Lord, for the beautiful 18 years that you blessed us with him. Thank you for the joy he brought not only to our family, but also to his friends and everyone in the community whose lives he touched. Nolan had such a gentle, calming spirit about him. He had a way of making people feel seen, welcome, and valued. He could lift your confidence with just a few words and make you feel like you belonged. If you ever had the privilege of meeting our son Nolan or calling him a friend, then you experienced a glimpse of God's love through him. He was both protective and nurturing. He often told us that one day he wanted to have 3 daughters that he would name Sophia, Charlotte, and Olivia. He had a deep love for the Lord and an unwavering faith that was evident in the way he lived his life. As much as our hearts are broken, we find peace in knowing that our son is resting in the arms of the Lord. We will miss everything about him, from his quiet nature to the corny jokes, his gentle smile, the way he made everyone around him feel comfortable, loved, and at ease. Your absence has left an emptiness that can never truly be filled. A piece of our hearts will always be missing. Nolan, your father and I are incredibly proud of you. We've always been proud of you, of the young man you were, and we will always be proud of the legacy of love, kindness, and faith that you have left behind. In a world that can often feel dark, be like Nolan. Be the light that brightens the lives of those around you. Be the warmth for those who may be feeling the coldness of the world. Love deeply, protect fiercely, and welcome others with kindness. And remain faithful knowing that God is always with you. Lastly, I ask that each of you keep Nolan's memory alive. Hold him close in your hearts. Share his stories and never stop saying his name. As long as we continue to remember him, his light will continue to shine through us all. Nolan, we love you. We'll continue to fight for you. And until we meet again, and thank you all for coming. Thank you.
All right. Well, that was a heartfelt speech by the mom, and I don't know how you can watch that and not have feelings of empathy for the family. And I realized today. Did you realize today that today they're building the case, or they're leading up to the court date for Shiloh Hendricks. Remember Shiloh Hendricks? That's the white lady that called the 8-year-old boy at the park the N-word. And then white America gave her over $1 million because she didn't do anything wrong. Called little black kids N-word all the time. So what? When I'm sitting over here watching what's going on with Nolan Wells and seeing some of the pushback, it bothers me because it's like white folks will support racist lady. We can't support Nolan Wells' family trying to get justice. Regardless of how you feel about Benjamin Crump, you don't know Shiloh Hendricks. White people probably don't know who's defending Shiloh Hendricks. They don't know who took the case, who she hired, nothing. They don't care. Am I making any sense? But we care so much about being, I just don't get it. And I think part of it is that I could see myself in the Wansleys. And if you recently lost a child, or if ever lost a child, not recently, if you ever lost a child, I'm sure you can understand. You can probably relate to what I'm saying. And again, people that haven't, they can't relate because they haven't had their soul ripped out their chest yet. And if that ever happens to you, and I hope it doesn't, I hope you remain ignorant to that. I hope you never experience it. It's an unnatural thing. It's unnatural to lose your child. Whatever you think about Al Sharpton or Ben Crump is beside the point. They got nothing to do with mom and dad and Nolan and his siblings. They didn't know Al before this happened. They didn't know Crump before this happened. They wasn't friends or buddies or partners. It's not a scheme. It wasn't a plot. So, yeah, I wish people could just see it that way. But then there are going to be, going to be people that disagree. When I see it, all I could think about was when I lost my child. That's all I could think about. And maybe it's different for other people. We got to be able to put ourselves in the people's shoes. We should be able to put ourselves in other people's shoes. We shouldn't have to experience every excruciating agony on the earth to be empathetic to other people. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say go give money. I didn't say give blood. I didn't say go beat up somebody or do anything. I'm just trying to figure out why people have a problem with supporting that. Damn. Well, what is, I don't get it. I mean, I'm serious, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Some people, I don't know. I just don't get it. I think it's just, maybe it's just a serious disgust of the system and what, and being taken advantage of. But like I said, that's got nothing to do with the family. That's got nothing to do with Nolan Wells. That has to do with those people that, trick the system, I don't think it was a scam, a strategy that their son would die so that they can make some money. That sounds like Megyn Kelly. Damn. All right, back to this. What are people thinking? I have my thoughts. I could go on and on about what I believe. One of the things that I believe is that this investigation must continue. Let's get some facts. Let's find out what's happening. What happened? That's only natural to want to know that. And it's true that sad things like this happen every day. Not as every day, every 5 minutes probably. Someone is losing someone. But this particular story hit the radar. It has become news, whether that's good or bad, it has become news, and we talk about it. It doesn't mean we don't care about other people. It does not mean that this person's life is more valuable than all the other people. And I could get a sense of that from some. You know what I'm saying? I understand people that might feel that way, that this is like glamorizing or pedestalizing or, whatever, but that's not where I'm coming from. So this goes out to all the mamas and the dads and the siblings and the cousins and the children who lost their parents. It goes out to everybody, man. And that's how I see it. But I know I got some smart people here, and they can tell me, Tim Black, it's about this, it's about that, and I I'm willing to hear that. Yeah. Yeah. Ali says, I lost my oldest daughter at a young age. Tim is speaking facts. Yeah, man, I mean, I know it's changed me, Ali. Thank you, Ali Howard. Thank you for commenting that. I know I've changed, man, because I'm sure I'm not sure, right? Because I'm guessing. I've been very critical of Al Sharpton. Y'all know that. I've been very critical of Ben Crump. At times. But anybody trying to help a family that's going through something and the family needs help, and unless I see that they're not helping, right? Because if I saw them and I said, okay, they're not helping, they're making things worse, then I'd be loud and proud and I'd be on their ass. I don't know why anybody would think differently about me doing that. That's what I do. And I don't get paid to do it. I'm not getting hooked up by doing it. I'm not going on, it's just what I do. But in this situation, fam, coming from a person who I really don't know exactly what happened with my daughter when she passed away. I don't know the details to the extent where I'm 100% confident that we got the whole story. I would have loved for somebody to help me. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I know other parents who've had this experience wish that somebody would have assisted them. And I'm not jealous of somebody else getting assistance. I support them getting assistance. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't get where the animosity comes. And I just chalk it up to some of the commentators as just trying to make a buck. To my brothers and sisters out there who feel a certain kind of way, someone said that I was beating up on people who disagreed. I'm not beating up on you. First of all, that sounds like that sound kind of punkish. We're on the internet talking on the video that you can go click. I don't know, beating up on you, that sounds very liberal. You sound like one of those liberal progressives that I try to get away from, man. Where you, I mean, be careful because you sound like the thing you can't stand. You're beating up on us because we disagree with you. No, I just disagree with you. I'm not beating up on you. You're wrong. I'm going to tell you wrong. So let me get this right. I can be Tim Black and go in on people when I disagree on any other thing until it's you. See, that's hypocrisy. That's hypocrisy. If you got a problem with me, go make a video. You know what I'm saying? Go make a video. That's fine. But until then, I'm the one making the videos. It's my face. Here I am. I put out content. I say how I feel. And I do that. That's what I do. And we just happen to disagree. Why can't we just disagree sometime? It don't matter to me that Nolan Wells' mama is Filipino. I'm not out here I'm not out here going against every Asian person because there's too many Chinese places, restaurants in my community. You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense to me. At the end of the day, fam, I want justice for this family. You know what? I would want justice for a white family. I would want justice for any family. At the end of the day, and I see that young man, I see Nolan as being a black kid. And whether we think this whole thing was, and I heard this criticism. Let me try to get this right. Some people say they blame the parents that they let their son hang out with white kids. I'm like, you know, really? Why don't we just, if we found out there's foul play, you're supposed to blame the murderer. You're not supposed to blame the victim. You know what I'm saying? If we find out it's foul play, if we find out something was done to this young man by groups of people, whoever it is, anyone, whether it's his friends or people he didn't know, it will be their fault. It will not be his fault. You know, if you're playing with a loaded gun, then we blame you. But if you're just on a date and someone takes your life, we don't go, see, what are you doing out on this date? You should be able to go on a date and not be unalived by the person you're dating, ladies. And men should be able to hang out with their friends and come home the next day. We should have some expectation. We can't live our lives like we going to. And I also realize that some people haven't had an experience where they've lived in a multi-racial type situations. They haven't worked and lived and went to school. You know, I didn't go to a university on a dorm or anything, but there are people who play on football teams with different colors players. We are such a segregated country. I believe some people, they only see white and black. You know, there's some places, there ain't a lot of black people. There's some places where there are all types of people all mixed together. I live in D.C. I worked in D.C. for 20-something years. Do you realize how many different nationalities I was around constantly? You can't work in downtown D.C. and not be around a bunch of Arabs, Asians, Latinos, gay, straight, trans, you name it, white people, black people. I mean, that's it. I mean, maybe except for New York. I can't think of a place that was more diverse than downtown D.C. So my experiences are not going to be the same as yours. You can't just be in a black cocoon and then work in like industries to put you around people. So I disagree. I think some people You know, some people, I think we've all lived different lives. Let me leave it there, man. I don't even know if this is making any sense. I don't fault Nolan Wells for going on a boat trip. He done it like several times before without a problem. I don't want to fault the young man for his death. I think that's obviously not intentional on his part. Whether it was accidental, whether it was a homicide, we're going to find out. But I refuse to have that type of mindset where we blame the victim and say, that's what he deserves, or blame his parents and say, that's what they deserve because they did that. What are you? Y'all some hard customers, man. Y'all tough, man. Them people tough. Now, I know it's not everybody, but I'm saying these are comments I've been getting, and it's like, wow. Jesus Christ. For real? Stone cold, man. Stone cold. So let's go on to the real controversial part. So I think for the most part, Christina Wansley Wansley, or Wansley Wells, however, Wells Wansley, that's it. However you feel about it. Well, I think for the most part, most of my people do not hold this against her. They feel empathy for her mom and her dad and the siblings in the surrounding community that loved him. I heard someone say there was multiple types of people at the funeral. Like not just black people showed up, and they even clap about that. So I don't know if any of the friends showed up. That's a good one. Did any friends show up? We're gonna get to it now. Let's get to the fun part. Let's get to the part that I feel a lot more comfortable being critical. And I'm telling y'all, man, I'm biased when it comes to the parents because I'm a parent who lost a child. Okay? You know, I mean, is that fair? Right? I'm a human being, fam. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a small club. You know what? It's a small club, and I hope to God it stays small. And I hope you never have to join the club. And I hope that if you don't understand where I'm coming from, hope you never do. It's fine. Hope you never do. It's a one time, it's a prestigious club, and I don't want you in it. I don't want you in that club. I want you to not understand what the hell I'm talking about. No relation to it. No, you don't get it. And I hope, and that's good. You understand what I'm saying? But let's go on to something I can talk more freely about. Because I will admit, I'm biased when it comes to deceased children and deceased, and how parents are dealing with that. And you give me 5 more years, maybe I'll be all right. Or maybe 10. I may never be okay. But I know you don't care. Well, keep it moving, Tim. We don't care. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to I think next is Al Sharpton. Let's hear Al Sharpton. Now we can talk, right? Let's get into it. Now we can talk.
Children of God is something that we have to get over. One of the things that I'm glad to see is that there are people of all races at this funeral. And there are people of all ages. All whites are not a racist, and all blacks are not angry. Somewhere in the middle, we've got to meet and find what is just and fair. And that is why we want to celebrate Nolan, and at the same time say we want a full and thorough investigation. We don't want nothing sugar-coated either way. But for an 18-year-old young man to no longer be with us, We want answers, not biased either way, just answers. And I think that for the family, the closure can come if there is justice. We will see where it goes. Some have prejudged. I do not think that it is appropriate for either side of opinions to prevail without a backup and fair investigation. We cannot say it was racist, but we cannot say it was not racist. So let's not judge either way until all the evidence is in. And in that light, let me say this, and I'm going to take a brief text and I'll move on. There are those that are so full of hate that they would send hate messages to the house of these parents. They sent one that Christine shared with Attorney Crump and I, and it accused her and Elmer of just stirring trouble and accused the lawyers, Attorney Crump and I, oh, they just want money. First of all, I don't get any money in any of what we do. Most of the cases that you have seen us do, we help to pay the funerals and all of that, and never ask for a dime back, even if they got settlements. But since Mississippi's so special, I'm not only saying we don't want nothing, I want to say right here now, and I'm inspired by who accused us of that I want to put up from National Action Network and me, I want to offer a reward of $50,000 to anybody I want to put a reward up for $50,000 for anybody that could give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case of what happened. He was not on that island by himself. Somebody saw something and knows something. So I didn't come to make money, I came to give money. Stand up and tell the truth. Whatever it is, good or bad, we're not going to prejudge it, but we cannot end it until we know all the facts. So all you got to do is reach out to Attorney Crump's office, and National Action Network could do that if it leads to an arrest and conviction.
All right. Jesus Christ. Woo! They are cooking Al Sharpton's ass. Cooking his ass. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, I agree with one of my commenters, Sherry Covington. She says, this was not an appropriate time for Al to be talking about this. You know, politicize the damn funeral. Why are you talking about the investigation during the funeral? Won't you just talk about Nolan? You don't have any new developments to discuss. Yeah. This part, I agree with y'all. I agree with anybody pushing back saying, Al, try to clear his damn name. This not the time, Al. Al, you need a bulldozer and an army full of street sweepers to clear your name, sir. Right now is not the time to try to clear your name. We need about 100 strong arm men right off the strong arm contest in order to lift all the debris and garbage off your name to clear your name. We ain't going to be able to do that, Al. We don't have that type of time. This ain't the type of an event for that. I was trying to clear his name. Now, I do disagree with whoever sent that message to the Wansley's home. That's horrible, fam. I don't even know what that's like. To be going through the worst moment of your life where y'all don't understand, man. Y'all don't understand. To get through something like this, most of the time, at least in my experience, there are people that need medication to even get through it. Do you realize how depressed parents and siblings get? No, you don't. To get through something like losing a child, fam, it could cost your life. You can lose your life or your will to live surrounding the thoughts and the feelings of depression and failure and loss behind losing a child. You could get very destructive to your own self. Self-destruction. So, yeah, I got a big problem with them sending. Then you got people sending hard mail to your house, memes in a physical form. You open a letter and you read it, and there's people shitting on you in your home. Not on Facebook, in your damn house. See, they did it that way because they thought it'd be less likely to be traced. Because you got an IP address when you do it on a computer. So they actually sent it via the U.S. Postal Service, which makes it a lot worse because it takes a lot more intention, doesn't it? Whoever did this, they meant that. So that's bad. You don't want to do that. That's horrible. Whoever did it is a jackass. But I think it's been missed. I think some of us are kind of missing the point here. I saw the picture that they sent, the meme that they sent. The meme wasn't so much as blaming the parents. No. The meme was not blaming the parents. And this I don't have a problem with. So let me make myself clear. The meme that they sent was blaming Crump and blaming Sharpton and calling them basically ambulance chasers who saw Miss Wansley as a payday. It didn't say anything about Miss Wansley. That's the part I don't like to Al's. He's bending the truth. And we know Al's going to do that. Now, I don't know if there was a letter attached to it. I didn't see the letter. If there was a letter attached that said negative things about Miss Wansley, I didn't see that. I do know there was somebody who told her that she was making too much of a situation. I don't know. We talking about the same thing. But the picture I saw, it was a picture. And when I put out the video, I'm gonna put the picture out that showed Miss Wansley, and on beside her was Crump and Sharpton, and it was dollar signs written on their foreheads. And they were looking at Miss Wansley cry, and they was like, yeah, money. I got no problems with that. I got no problems with people that feel that way or think that way or see it that way. And when I say problems, I mean, I definitely can see where you're coming from. I want Miss Wansley, I want the Wells to get justice. I don't want Ben Crump and Al Sharpton to escape criticism. That ain't the same thing. And all I'm saying is we need to be that way about Miss Wells, about the Wells. We should be the same way. Like, I think we should want them to get justice for their child, but it doesn't mean you support Al or Ben. Get what I'm saying? I know it's got to thread the needle. So Al's conversation here is misleading, fam. But who's surprised about that? I ain't surprised it's misleading. Al's been misleading since Al been on the national stage. He been misleading mofos since the 80s. This is what Al does. Okay? It is what it is. But here's the problem. Here's the thing. And I think some of us who are old enough to understand things, you might understand where I'm coming from. Unfortunately, the way our system's set up, a person like Al, you may still need his help. Because how do you get a story in the media for people to pay attention to it without going through these gatekeepers? That's the part I don't think people get. You may feel a certain kind of way. You don't know what Mr. Wansley feels. We don't know what the mother feels. They might feel the same way Tamir Rice's mom felt. Samir. The way Miss Rice felt. I don't know her like that. I only think I should call her by her first name. I don't want no problems. They can feel the same way. They may say whatever in the public. You don't know. But baby, family, there are people losing people every day. And the only difference about this story and their story is they got somebody talking about it. That is all. That is it. There are a lot of deaths that go unsolved in this country. And the only difference between this one is you got Big Crump and Al Sharpton and other people covering it. That Willie D is doing 5 videos a day on this shit. 5. There's people telling me I do too much on this story. Willie D is doing 5 videos a day, and I still got people saying, oh, Tim, we're tired of hearing about this. I did 5 videos in total. He does 5 a day. I mean, they say they support me, but sometimes you got to wonder. It's like, do they really support you? They just want what they want. The point is this. Al is full of shit. I don't trust Al. I do not trust Al Sharpton, but I do trust that our media machine would ignore the deaths of Nolan Wells and anybody else if it didn't make money for them. There. And it's the way it is. That's the beast. So you gotta swim. Sometimes you gotta swim with the sharks if you want to get a fish. Sometimes you're gonna have to roll it around, hang around the barn. If you want to get some milk, you gotta go to the store. So if you're a person, if you're a person who or a parent, if you're a parent who lost a child and you want some spotlight on your story, you may have to put up with Al. Or maybe you don't find out shit. You keep your ethics and be broke. And some of y'all have jobs, working places where, you know, the company, you know, come on now, somebody, y'all gonna keep it real. Some of y'all in your everyday life, you either work with people or you work in a job or a company that is, you know, how great is it? But you put up with it. Why do you put up with it? Because you need to keep a roof over head. So you're willing to compromise. You're willing to work within the system when it would suit you. When you see somebody else working within the system, you go, ah, how dare you work in the system? I'm just keeping it real, man. I was keeping it real. Al Sharpton, back to Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton, sit down. Al Sharpton put up $50,000. Okay, let's talk about that part. Al Sharpton put up $50,000 and people are still mad at his ass because they have long memories and they know Al is full of shit. I saw somebody say, the only reason why Al put that money up is because Al know this case ain't never going to be solved. Al's reputation is garbage. Al, these people just do not trust you, Al. You've been so much of a scumbag for so long, you ain't going to ever wear it off. It's a permanent tag around your neck. That's cold-blooded though, man. Al Sharpton got $50,000 to give away. You realize how much publicity he would get if this actually happened? And it actually did lead to an arrest and a conviction. If he was able to put up $50,000, somebody came forth with the information, you wouldn't want that to happen? See, it's like I dislike Al and his tactics and the way he's been, who he's been, what he represents. But I dislike murderer or murder, potential murder not being solved more. Yeah, if his money helps, cool. How could you be against that? Now, I get it. Some people say it's all bullshit, Tim. They say, Tim, he ain't giving nobody no goddamn money. Come on, Tim. Wake up, Tim. Is that like he don't have it? Is that like he don't have it? Right? He could. He could. I don't have it. He does. Do your thing, Al. Prove me wrong, Al. Prove me wrong. Al only made that offer because people roasted his ass and said they didn't trust him. They put him on Front Street. So then he, defending himself, he has put this offer out. Let's see what happens. I'm not defending Al. I'm not defending it. I'm saying if it helps the family, it helps the family. I realize you can't please everybody. That's how I feel about it. How y'all feel about it, fam? Do you think Al was going to pay up to $50,000 if somebody comes forward and they give credible information that leads to an arrest or a conviction? Basic Crime Stopper shit. Ain't nothing new about this. Damn. Al ain't putting up nothing. Damn. 50K in hair grease. Lord have mercy. Hey, man. Here it is. Al equal trash. Al equal trash. Yeah, I got some people that agree with me. Tevin. Tim Black is right on point always. Much love, TV. Thank you, Tevin. I appreciate that, man. It's been a rough, boy. It's been a rough time on this story, Tevin. Somebody call him Slick Willie. Damn. Hey, I can't even disagree. I don't disagree. I've been a slickster. His whole time. He like Don King. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. It is what it is. Let's keep going. Let's go to Big Crump. Can we go to Big Crump now? What is Big Crump going to say?
What a message. What a message. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Now let's say it so his family will know they are not alone. Justice for Nolan Wells. Thank you. I stand before you with a plea for justice. I am so grateful that Reverend Al Sharpton, America's civil rights leader, did not think it robbery to stand with Christine and Elmo and all of their family, to let them know that despite what some people may say or do that is so insensitive, so disrespectful, so inhumane, while you all are grieving the worst loss that any parent could have, that people from New York, people from Los Angeles, people from Chicago, Detroit, London, Paris, all over the world has been calling Nolan Wells' name. Justice for Nolan Wells. I am so very grateful, Reverend Al, Reverend Toon, that we have a great team of lawyers and investigators, because it's always a team effort. As I heard Elmo often talk about, T.O., Nolan was a great teammate. And everybody who's ever played on a team and who has been successful, any parent, Nolan life mattered. Nolan's 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 life investigation.
I gotta say, maybe I'm just old school. Maybe I'm old school, fam. I'm going to admit this. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe I'm stuck in my old way of thinking. But I don't think no funeral was no place to hold no goddamn rally. Am I tripping, y'all? Am I tripping to say that? I think it's bad taste. Bad taste to hold a rally at a damn funeral. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna keep it going, family. But I gotta say that. Crump, shut your ass up. Stay on point. Why is Crump even talking? It's a funeral. I'm trying to figure out why he even talking. Tyler Perry, this is what you put money up for? Tyler Perry's paying for the funeral. Just what he paid for Al to do, Al and Ben to get their PR game up. I'm just saying, fam. Get what I'm saying? Let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. Y'all winning me over right now because I don't like this.
Gonna go away, and they're gonna feel so alone, as if nobody cared, that nobody felt that Nolan's life mattered. So I want you to stand to your feet and let them know that Nolan's life matters. 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 Nolan's life matters.
Let me say to Christine and Elmo, before we do the prayer of committal and escort the family out, I just got a text, Christine and Elmo, you know that Tyler Perry said he would pay for the funeral. He must be watching because he said, I'm gonna match you and put up $50,000 more. So we putting up $100,000 for anybody that'll come forward. We just want the truth, that's all. We just want the truth. And we want to thank Tyler Perry. He must have been watching. We want to thank Colin Kaepernick, who paid for Colin Kaepernick, a real giant in our community that shouldn't be disrespected by anybody. But I'll leave that for when I get back to Harlem. But thank you, Colin, for what he did for this family. I'm going to ask Reverend R.B. Holmes to...
Next up.
All right, y'all. Okay, so I didn't like this part. I get it. Like I say, like I support them putting money up, and if it's going to move people to open up their mouths and say more about what took place and have people come forward, with some credible information that helps this investigation, give us some insight to what happened, fine. So I got a problem. It's just the timing that seems off. The timing is what I'm talking about. And like I said, it's just me, fam. I've been in that situation. I can't imagine after me standing there and saying words about my baby, somebody coming behind me and being like, doing a rally, you know what I'm saying? But family, I'm sure they told the family this is all part of the process. This is how we get more eyeballs on the case. This is how we keep it in the media. This is how we keep it getting covered. And maybe this is what you got to do, fam. Maybe that's part of it, right? Can we leave I'm going to leave a little bit of room, fam, to say, I never been through this part. I never had to get publicity for it. So maybe this is how you got to do it if you want your story to not be like all the other situations out there that we never hear about. Maybe you got to play this game. You got to go through this if you want your story to be on the top of the fold in the newspaper where people pay attention to it, where people cover it. Because I was seeing how Willie D responded to a video. There was a woman on TikTok who lost her son 5 years ago or something, and she could not get any attention. And she was saying how she supports the Whales, but she wants people to know that there are a lot of families who go through similar heartbreaks, and they can't get any answers. And that's what I was saying. So when somebody starts getting assistance, I want you to assist in that part. But I tell you, man, it just seems it's counter to everything that I would believe. I think it's a very personal, it's a very somber moment when you're grieving your child. And this, I don't know, Nolan, I just, And if anybody's doing those cheers, I feel like it should have been the parents. You know what I'm saying? I would feel differently if it was mom or dad saying how my son's name gonna live on, then I would get it. But that's how I see it. I think at the end of the day, Crump is a business person. I think at the end of the day, Al Sharpton is a business person. And I think it's gonna be business. And I think if you don't have your eyes open to that fact, you tripping. They would not even be there if it wasn't business. Right? It is what it is. So what do we know at this point? There's really no updates. That's not like wondering, what are the updates people are reporting on? People just making up shit, basically. There has not been a release of the autopsy, whether by the state or by Big Crump and Colin Kaepernick. That hasn't happened yet. So there's been no movement. There's been no new developments other than the funeral. In the funeral, you just saw it. It's horrific. It's sad. It's morbid. It's what a funeral was supposed to be. It's not a rally. It should be a press conference. But like I say, maybe that's what it's got to be. You got to take every opportunity to help me keep it on the radar, or it will go to the wayside. Let's go to comments, fam. I don't even know what else I can say about it. Maybe someone here. I got great people in my comments, man. They'll help me out. Someone says the Crump, mommy mammacy, the Crump or the family see the body. Somebody had to identify it. But this AI sometimes, I don't know, fam. Like when I did a search about the autopsy findings, because I saw people were putting out content. Ooh, breaking news. I'm like, what's breaking? What, the autopsy come out? So I tried to do that before I came live tonight, right? And then I found out there has been no developments. I'm like, what's breaking news then? And I saw people with pictures. I saw pictures of people saying this was the body. And it wasn't an actual picture. It was a graphic picture of a body of a, I'm not a stick figure, but it wasn't an actual photograph. It was something someone had drawn. And it showed wounds on the body. I'm like, where'd you get this from? So there's some bullshit floating around the internet. It's not true. It's not real. There's been no evidence released of an autopsy. Did the parents see the body? I don't know. I would think they would have to identify it. I don't know. Good question. It is. Hell, Judah Morning says there are other black children who have died and got no media attention. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. I agree 100,000%. I'm one of them. You're looking at somebody who didn't. Does that mean I don't think other people should get attention? We all know if you're getting attention in this media environment, if you're getting media attention, it's going to benefit somebody, right? We all know that. It's capitalistic, right? So for it to get media attention, the news entity that put it out had to be making some money off of it. It has to be a benefit, right? I remember I used to bring people on my show all the time. And it didn't matter if it made money or didn't make money. You see where it got me? I'm just saying, man, you can be a nice person. You can care about people, but our media conglomerates, our media entities, the big media entities, not so much. So yeah, I agree with you, Shy. Judah, I agree with you. It's been a lot of families. A lot of black families do not get any media attention. Unless they can capitalize off of it, make a few dollars off of it, run on it in an election time, right? Unless they can use it for their own devices. Get what I'm saying? Yeah. I agree, fam. Here we go. And this is my thing, Lillian. So, Lillian says, I believe it will help find the murderer or the murderers. Or if someone saw anything, look, Lillian, first of all, thank you, Lillian, for that comment. I hope it does help. I don't see how it could hurt, right? Maybe somebody saw something, they don't want to say anything. Maybe they didn't see that, but they saw something else. And maybe in that small town, they don't want to talk. Maybe they're a little paranoid. Maybe they've been threatened. We don't know. So it's $100,000 now. My thing is, cool. They put the money up, let's see what happens. It's got to increase the number of people they contact. Maybe it helps. I don't know, fam. Yeah. I hate it too, Nene. I hate it too. It seems so like no class, And as bad as I feel about it, I wonder if that's what you got to do. But I tell you, man, I would feel a certain kind of way, man. I'd be ready to fight. if we start doing a rally at my baby's funeral, I'd be ready to fight, knock your ass out. But you want media attention. And that's why you hire Big Crump. That's why you got these people on your team to begin with. So they trying to do their job. You got to let them do their job, right? Because that's their whole purpose. Damn, John. It's tough, Nene. I tell you. I wish I could say more, man. I really don't know. I can't see them releasing the autopsy with the unresolved possible. Mike said he calls it a wash, fam. It's called a wash. Here you go. A lot of people will come forward with lies. I agree. If you get one good lead, you know. Man, people talk about Al's hair, fam. You don't mean to tell me that Al's hair isn't really like that? Lord have mercy. I already see a movie about this. Maybe a Tyler Perry production. Man, let's look. Stop. And I say that only because I don't need to be trying to make no jokes right now. Who Madea gonna play? Because you know Tyler got to be in the movie. So what role would Madea play? See what I'm saying? Lord have mercy. Hey, man. It's over. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah. Now, what Democratic or Republican candidate would touch the Sonia Massey case? Murder. Check it out. You're absolutely right. It was not good for business. Yeah. Fam, I think that's it, man. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I have other stories. It don't even feel right to cover anything else tonight. Nothing else seems like it's could follow this. It's too sad. I don't know what else to say. I think I said it all. Anybody that doesn't trust Al or Big Crump, I got no problems with you. I don't trust Al and Big Crump. But it ain't about me. It's about the family getting justice. And I would want you to get justice. Just like I want the Wells to get justice. I will have your back. I would support you. So that's all I can say. It does not mean I think Al is great. I was just roasting the shit out of Al because he tried to shit on Melrose Radio when he had his event, and he didn't want Melrose Radio talking to the people about reparations. So, nah, I'm not backtracking. I'm saying this doesn't have anything to do with that. That's all I'm saying. And I'm a grown-ass man. I gotta be reasonable and say I can separate the two. And yeah, Big Crump, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hey, fam, I'm going to tell you something. Somebody brought up a good point. They said, Tim Black, how they get inside Nolan's phone to delete messages? And I was kind of stuck for a minute. And I said, you know, I ain't figured that part out yet. I don't know, fam. That's crazy. Because, that's kind of crazy. I don't know, just something to think about. Had a couple people on Facebook bring this up, and it got me thinking. And it's fine to think about things. It doesn't mean I don't want justice, but that's a good question. If we're saying that people got into a phone, or if they're saying all the messages were deleted, who deleted them? How they delete them? Did they turn that phone over yet? I think they did. What's been the findings of the phone? Strange, ain't it? Yeah. Man, I'm gonna stop, man. Hey, look, man, look. We good. All right, look, these people are roasting the shit out of Al Sharpton and Big Crump. And look, fam, nothing that we're saying, right, has any, you know what I'm saying? It's not about the parents. It's not about Nolan Wells. It's about the investigation. It's about the media coverage. It's about those who may benefit from the media coverage, those who may benefit from the case at large. It has nothing to do with the young man who lost his life, because we are good people. We do not dance, clap, or make fun of people losing their lives unless they're stuntmen. Now, if you're a stuntman and your job is to try to cheat death and you lost, that may be a little bit different. It's still sad. Anyway, my name is Sid Black. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. That's all I can say. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back Wednesday with another show. Yeah. Thank y'all. Thank the moderators for being in the house. Thank you, Nene. I appreciate you. Hey, fam. Hey, Aaron, what's up, man? Hold on, man. Come on, man. CC. And look. I said, if Tyler Perry made a movie about the Nolan Wells case, I said, if Tyler Perry, someone said Tyler Perry was going to make a movie about the Nolan Wells case. And I said, if that's the case, Tyler Perry's got to be in it. Medea got to play a role. What part would Medea play? And Eric gonna say Medea or Tyler Perry would play Al Sharpton. See, man, y'all not right, man. Can we be serious? Tyler Perry is way too tall to play Al Sharpton. And Medea is way too voluptuous to play Al. You could put Al inside Medea's left butt cheek. Al is frail. He had his stomach stapled 3 times. I heard he get full off a grape. Al don't even have a small intestine anymore. Hey, Katie, thank you, Katie. Look, all right, that's it, y'all. I love y'all. Don't forget to get my newsletter, y'all. Y'all got to get my newsletter. I should have put my newsletter link up here, man. Why y'all playing with people? What's going on, Johnson? Damn. I should have done this. Hope this loads up. I don't know if it's going to load up in time, Johnson. It's acting crazy. So anyway, we'll be back with more content. Go to timberlandtv.com to find out more about the show, become a member of the show, all that good stuff. My newsletter went out. It'll be going out again tomorrow. If you want my free newsletter delivered to you, copy. Let's see if we get this up there. That's it. That's it right there. Now I'm wondering, can I pin it? Pin. Oh, there you go. Success. I should have been did that, fam. All right, guys, that's all I got. Be good. I'll see you Wednesday. More content is coming out on the channel, so if you get an opportunity, come through the YouTube channel and subscribe. Hit a like button. Share this with somebody. I'll see you on the next one. Remember, we got to stay bold. We got to stay courageous, but most of all, we got to stay dangerous. That's what we got to do. Shout out to Church Talk Unlimited. Thank you for supporting the show, Church. Everybody's got reasons for doing what they do. My reasons is I love us. I love us. All right? That's why I do what I do. And of course, I have my ladies, my young men, and my young women. These are my people. So if you mad at me, that's okay. These people love me, and I love you.
Now, there you go. I can't wait till it's my